Hi, welcome back to my cup of tea with Jenny
And Erin.
and
Jake.
and
Oh, no, we can't say that, can we?
Oh, we should start that again.
Start again.
beep, beep, little M. Little M.
It's you.
Yeah. Yes, so if you hear the vocal stylings of little M in the background, don't be fooled, they're Drake. So, we have a request from Gamer J Stewart on Patreon. Hello. It's for Rosé.
Woohoo!
This is why Jake's here. You just came all the way over. And you did too. Because you are big blinks. He's the biggest blink I know.
Yeah, we love them a lot.
Yeah. I like them. You love them.
Yeah, we love them.
Obsessed.
So we definitely have heard the song probably within the last couple of days.
I've never heard the song, but I remember when it came out because this is Toxic Till the End. Isn't this the MV with the guy with the pink hair and there was speculation about who it was that she was singing about? Was it Jaden Smith?
So not seen the MV, not seen anything about it, but I do remember the headline about is it Jaden Smith?
What a way to create a great buzz around your song. Who's it about? Do you remember back in the day when all the songs were, there was a song and then there was a reply to the song? Do you remember that?
Hilarious.
That was peak noughties?
That's the early noughties. So, yeah, let's get straight into it. I know that Rosé's got a lovely voice, lovely vocal.
What I think one of the best things about the concert is when she started singing and it was silent and you could hear just her vocals. It was her just sat there with that hoodie on and you're like, you do have a beautiful voice.
Okay, so please remember to like, comment and subscribe We've got your comments. In the comments, what's your favourite Rosé solo? Like a little movie.
Just walked away from me. I don't know where to go. I'm lost.
Don't hitchhike.
Yeah, horror movie. Don't hitchhike, don't pick up hitchhikers.
Call us what we are, toxic from the start. Can't pretend that I was in the dark. When you met my friends, didn't even try with them. I should've known it then that you were jealous and possessive. So manipulating, honestly impressive. You had me participating. Back then when I was running out of your place, I said I never wanna see your face happen. I couldn't wait to see it again. We were toxic till the end. It's even when I said it was over, you hurt. Baby, can you pull me in closer? You were plotting how to stay in my head. We were toxic till the end. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the X.
I love this look, the hat.
Playing with the pieces in my dress. Now he's on the screen, saying don't leave. You saw that line from me 'cause you're just jealous and possessive. So manipulating, honestly impressive. You had me participating. Back then when I was running out of your place, I said I never wanna see your face happen. I couldn't wait to see it again. We were toxic till the end. It's even when I said
Love
it
her
was over,
blonde.
you hurt. Baby, can you pull me in closer? You were plotting how to stay in my head. We were toxic till the end. I can't forgive you for all the things, for not giving me back my Tiffany ring.
That line gets me.
I was running out of your place. I said I never want to see your face. I've been. I couldn't wait to see it again. We were toxic. It's even when I said it was over, you hurt. Baby, can you pull me in closer? You hurt. Thought it never stayed in my head. We were toxic till the end.
Oh.
We were toxic till the end. And
Wonder where it was filmed. Because that looks like it could be here.
Yeah.
There's still more.
Cut.
I really like it. It's an easy listen, but I think it's an easy listen because I haven't been through a breakup any time recently. I think if you've been through a breakup, you can like feel every lyric.
It has got that, like, I can scream it out.
Yeah.
So obviously,
And I do scream it out.
yeah. I know the chorus, and I kind of, when watching the video, I realised that I hadn't paid as much attention to the verses are quite short.
Yeah.
Some of the wording in them, and I was like, oh, it is quite punchy. As like, you know, you can see why, if it is about one particular individual, whoever they may be,
Yeah.
that it's pretty damning how you feel about them what they did.
What I think is interesting as well is the way she sings it, and like you say, with the short verses and everything, it's almost like each one is a small blow up through a relationship. And she's almost singing it as though I'm really angry with you and this is still toxic because I'm not at the point of not caring anymore.
Yeah. There are some relationships, I think, in your life that are always, no matter how far you are away from them, they are just toxic in how you
Yeah.
feel about that person. You can't have a neutral feeling
Yeah.
about them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, normally that's when you know you're past it, is because it's a neutral,
Yeah.
you don't care either way. And I like, there was a line, as you said you liked, it was something to do with her prettiest years.
Yes.
Oh, that hits when you look back to when you were younger, and when you feel, I say you feel like you were in your peak. You didn't at
Yeah.
the time. But when you look back, you're like, man, I was skinny back then.
But it's not even about that.
Wrinkle
it's that,
free.
It's that, like, youth and, like, freedom and just... There are some years where you don't feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. And if that person or that situation hadn't been around, you feel in those years you could have achieved anything.
And I also think when you look back at a relationship like what she's describing, you think, now I look back and realise how unhappy that time was. I could have been happy.
Yeah.
And that doesn't necessarily mean with someone else, but you just could have been happy.
And the thing is, you knew, because you were for enough of it, a willing participant. And again, a lot of those periods of times that also include people telling you, just leaving, like, I can't, or
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, because she
just
say
done
in there about when I say, like, not wanting to see you again, but what I mean is that I do, and...
You spend your time wanting them, always, like, it'll be worth it, they'll be better, it will change.
Yeah, how many of us have been in that relationship where you're angry, but you're like, yeah, but I know I'm not going anywhere. Obviously, her voice always sounds lovely through it. I think in this one, it was there was a few moments where she really belted, which I always love to hear. Mm-hmm. But most of it, she just kind of in that kind of comfortable area. But then I think it's a song, and again, that's not a negative. It's a nice sounding, comfortable area. it's one of those songs that it didn't need vocal acrobatics. That's not what it was about.
No.
It was more about what she was saying and the emotion she put into what she was saying. Because you don't really feel the emotion in her voice.
So I like the tone in which it's pitched in because I think it is primed for that slightly drunken slur that I'd have. So it's like comfortably enough, but not so that my voice would break when I'm like, so I see you again. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's perfect for singing along to with your girlfriends and Jake.
And honestly, the bit that, other than like my prettiest, is the bit, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the ex. Because everyone has the ex.
Yes. And that's when you're out with your friends drinking and he walks into the bar and you're like, oh, here we go. Here we go.
And if you're with your friends and you're singing and you're going, the ex, everybody knows who everyone's the ex is.
Yeah.
I just married mine.
I like the addition in the MV of the chessboard.
What's that game playing?
Exactly. It's very much a move and counter move in those sort of relationships, isn't it?
And
you're jealous about this. Well, I wasn't jealous when this happened, or I can be jealous about this because you were jealous about this, and that kind of
me versus you, tricking you into
gaslighting,
getting you to fall into the trap of the move I've laid out.
Yeah.
I'm however many steps ahead of you.
Yeah. Manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dirty game.
Yeah. That's why I don't play chess.
Like, beautifully shot, lots of lighting use as well, and like gorgeous sparkly outfit, big baggy like hoodie. Which
I love the baggy hoodie with the backwards cap. Oh, I wish I could pull off that look.
But you feel like that's gonna be like the exes.
Yeah.
Because you always. What is the point of having a partner if you don't steal their clothes?
That's why I want to date K-pop idols. I like their clothes.
That's very true.
Also, though, with the lighting, didn't you find that it was that soft lighting when they were outdoors together, and then once we were in that corridor and she was blowing up at him, it was very crisp, clear as day.
Yeah.
Almost like you live in this happy little haze, but it always it's false. It's that dreamlike quality to it.
Although when you're convincing yourself to go back into it, the hazy, like glowy memories are the ones you remember. But actually, it's like the cold light of day when you finally.
And I also wonder whether we saw him, fall off the skateboard and he hurt his arm and all this. Whether what they're trying to show, but because we haven't got dialogue, they can't show it, is when you're in that kind of relationship and you broach the idea of you've had enough and you want to break up, and then it's, oh, I'm going to hurt myself, or oh, you can't do this to me because I'm going through this, and that it brings you back and it makes you stay.
There was a massive thing, late 90s, noughties, all that kind of period of television, that whenever there was some kind of conflict or difficulty going on, there'd be a massive event, like a car crash or something like this or whatever, and everything would be forgiven because there was something else going on. And it's like, we need to have this really, like, we need to address these issues, but we can't because I've had an accident, I've broken my arm. Yeah. Or the idea that they keep breaking up and healing, coming back together like this. There's always something that... Yeah. And that in itself is a very toxic thing to... Especially when you get manipulators that create those scenarios.
That's what I mean. It's kind of a way of physically showing the mental manipulation of what they say about things.
It was obviously very important how it was all visually played out to make a point of it having it. So we know the MVs have directors and stuff like that normally, but to be like, it's just clear where this has clearly been set up like a little mini film. Yeah. Because you need to see this to tell you the other things that you're not necessarily getting.
I also feel like it was well done in the fact that we got the impression, like when he was hiding his phone and stuff, maybe he was secretive, maybe he was cheating, but that he was bad. But then we got that little clip where it looked like she was undoing the thing on the tyre so he couldn't leave.
Yeah.
And it's just that a little hint of
she wasn't innocent.
She wasn't innocent. But I think she did say in the song, didn't she, that
right at the beginning.
You're making me, not making me, but you're drawing me into the game and now I'm playing the game. And I just thought it's good because I think people need to understand that toxic relationships aren't always one way.
No.
And it's not always the man.
No.
And it'd be very easy for her to make a video where I'm so innocent and he's terrible. But she's put those little hints in there of...
You don't get I'm full victim.
Yeah.
Which I think is very important.
And, okay, we can't overlook the fact that she looked absolutely gorgeous.
Always does.
Blonde.
Always, yeah. She's so beautiful. Yeah, I think blonde might be... Blonde or pink is my favourite look for her.
Or... Yeah, maybe pink. But, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go blonde for pink. And she just does, like you said, like, the cap and the baggy, like blonde skater Avril Lavigne, like, oh.
Another thing I really like about her look...
Is that Aussie style, maybe?
Well, I really like about her look, and I think it's what shines through from her personality, is she looks beautiful, but she doesn't look like a delicate little flower. She looks like she's got something about her.
Yeah. I do know what you mean.
Yeah.
It's not like, I'm a helpless doll.
I mean, I think that's from her personality comes through, that she's got something about her. She's got some sass.
Yeah, we can see the fight in it.
Yeah. Okay. I look forward to just listening to that. Probably, and being in English, I can actually sing along instead of my attempts.
You think that now?
True.
We struggle with English, clearly.
So that was our reaction to Rosé, Toxic Till the End. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.